Hello, everybody. Welcome back to It's Lemonade Time,
Yes.
D&T's Lemonade,
Mm-hmm.
where we are bringing you the topics, whether bitter or sweet, about relationships, hot topics, the
Excellent.
world, anything we want to talk about, and just share with you, share our thoughts and our on every subject that we talk about.
Yes. And by the way, y'all, we do apologize. We've been gone for a minute. We've been doing family things, and life is life. But we're gonna get back into it. Okay. So our first topic is what, honey?
Our first topic is what I wish I knew before I got married.
That is a very good one because a lot of married folks are married, and then a lot of people aspire to get married. So we're gonna cover these.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff we did look up, and some stuff we may have threw in there ourselves. So number one is what, honey?
One is never underestimate their upbringing.
Oh, that's important. It's always good to know whoever you're marrying, you want to meet their family, especially their parents.
Yeah.
If they're single, they have single parents. With that comes other things that may be missing because they didn't have the other side of the family tree at the top. So if you make most times they're raised by a single parent like the mom. They may not have that male figure there to show them certain things they need on that side.
Wow.
So that would cause them. It could cause them to lack in certain areas. Our example would be like a woman. If she's married, if she came from a single mom, she didn't have a father figure. She may not know how to. Some things she may not know how to deal with, and she didn't know how to really love herself. Her self-esteem could be low because she never had a father to help her build her self-esteem up. Go ahead. You got something to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, well, the upbringing, he could act like his dad or his mom, and she could act like her dad or her mom. Mom can be, if your mom was very dominating in the relationship, she could bring that dominating factor into the relationship. And if the husband is passive, he might be passive because his dad was passive.
Yep, that's true. You said passive. I mean, he's a walkover, he's a pushover. And sometimes, every time a woman need a man to be a man. And if he didn't have that figure in his life, it could be very difficult if he had them uncles around. Somebody that was a good influence, though. Not everybody that's a man was good, to another man now, because some men teach other men bad things.
Yeah.
Like being womanizers or beating women, stuff like that. So it's important to know. And even that the grandparents, you want to know them too. Like if they're still alive, you just want to know the history of the family. Because most times you're going to find those traits that's in that male or female is in them, whether it's good or bad. So
Yeah. The next one is I didn't know I had to talk about everything.
Yeah, that I didn't know. Because sometimes my wife has put that in there, and I put it in there because I didn't know that of course, when you meet a person, you talk about things, but then when you get married, you can't hide anything. Not trying to say you're trying to hide something, but you gotta be able to talk about everything so you can know what that person needs. And a lot of times, if you're not communicative, towards yourself, certain things you don't know what you need.
Yeah.
You're not going to express that to other people.
Exactly. So, I think it's like the caveman thing with guys. It's like, few words, but you basically know each other. But, like with a woman, we're looking for more conversation.
Yeah.
We want more context. We want you to talk to us.
Yep.
So we don't end up saying, like some women say, well, he's so closed in. He doesn't express himself.
He's introverted.
He's emotionally withdrawn and all that stuff. I think that, you got to talk about everything because it's good to communicate. It's amazing the things that if you don't talk about them, how, you end up realizing that those are things that you need to talk about.
But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
That's good. Because what makes a man or a woman probably shut in? Like, what makes them introverted? If they're married to the person, there must have been a trust issue there or something happened.
Well, it doesn't always have to be a trust issue. A person it could be that,
but
a person could actually just be the type of person that that doesn't really talk much, or it could be past trauma before they
past trauma.
You.
See,
why they don't talk that much.
They don't open up, right?
Yeah. And
but you would know that before you married them, right? Because you know the person, right?
You should find that out before you get married to somebody.
Yeah.
Because you should have a lot of conversations, your dating should be included with a lot of talking.
That's right. Yeah, because if you don't communicate, I'm telling you now, it's gonna be hidden things.
Yeah.
And when there's things hidden, that means you lose trust. And when you lose trust, the relationship may not go far.
Yeah, that's right. The third one is don't. I didn't know that it was okay to disagree.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't know it's okay to disagree in our relationships. A fight is good. Now, not a physical fight, it's good for you to disagree. It's good for you to express yourself. It's good for you to be able.
That's right.
It's even better for you to be able to express that you disagree freely, and somebody can respect that. Oh, okay, you made your point. Or sometimes we don't even want to. There are times we don't even want to hear each other's point because we just get on our own. We disagree and we're like, no, I strongly disagree. I'm not trying to hear you.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. But, I'm fortunate. In most cases, I will say with me and my wife relationship, I will say that most time if we have disagreement, we try to hear each other out, try to see the standpoint of where the person's coming from.
Yeah.
Because I find that most time, been married now for the years we've been married, for 28 years, you got to listen first so you can see what they're going to be disappointed about. Because if you don't listen, you don't know that there's a disagreement because you're saying that guess what, you got your opinion about it. So a lot of times if we disagree with something, and it's far in between me and my wife, we disagree. But if we do disagree with something, we don't draw fisticuffs and we don't do that. We don't call each other names and none of that.
Yeah.
We say, hey, this is just my stance on it. Hey. Sometimes you may have to pray for the other person, depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you just quiet, just leave it alone. So,
yeah, that's good. That's real good. The fourth one is of what I wish I knew before I got married is number 4, you have to be open about money in a relationship. And you have to set financial goals together.
Yeah. And then that one, I'm going to let you go with that one first.
No, you go ahead.
Want me to go? Okay. So the most important thing is when you have to be open about money, I'm the type of person, I like to make money. I do my own thing to make money. She makes money. And you got to be open about the money because you got to go together for a common goal and purpose for the household.
Oh, yeah.
Now, some people like to make their money, hire some money, and then do some things with it on the side that don't pertain to the other person for the house. It's not good. If you're going to be married, you got to know what you have is together. You got to make it come together. Now, I will say you gotta leave the missus with some fun money though. Let him do some. Same thing with him. He got to be able to do some things that he wants to do. No one is no one's pocketbook in a relationship.
Oh okay? That's very important. Yeah, that was good. No one is the pocketbook.
No one.
Yeah, I think we do come into the relationship with what's mine is his and what's mine is mine. I mean, what's mine is mine and what's his is mine. Sometimes we do be having that mentality as women.
It's okay.
But sometimes if the relationship demands that you be less selfish, and that you share at a time when it's needed, you should be ready. You should be down for the team.
Yeah.
You should, and you didn't realize you had to be as open with money as you have to be, but it's not just you in the relationship; it's the whole team.
Yep. And speaking of that, when we say we pull together and put it into the pot together, that's financial goals too. Because certain things, in years to come, you both may not be able to work. So financially, you got to have a plan ahead to where you can set some stuff aside so you can live for the future. Because while you can get it now, but one day we both gonna get old, and then so we got to have something set to the side. Those goals you got to set, and you got to set up some other stuff even for your children's children if you're able to do that too. So you got to think about a lot of stuff when you get married to someone. You got to have the whole team environment mindset.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. And number 5, I didn't know I had to pick my battles.
You want to say it, though?
No, you said it,
so you say I said okay.
Yeah,
so I find that most time, listen, I'm not a person who, as I would say, argumentative, but I am very strong in my opinions when it comes to stuff that I know is right. So by that, knowing that about me, I know how to pick my battles and fights. I know how to not make it go over the top.
Wow.
Some people will just jump in there and say what they got to say, not considerate of the person's feelings, not considerate of anything they may be going through, or some things they may not be naive to. So they just say it, and they start this battle, this fight with the spouse. So
yeah, yeah. I agree with all you said about that. I don't really have much to say about that. Let's give y'all some things that Google says.
Yeah.
5 things I wish I had known before marriage. One of them is that marriage is not all about you. Number 2, you are about to learn a painful lesson. You are both very selfish people.
Let's go.
Number 3, the person you love the most is also the person who can hurt you the deepest. And number 4,
you lost me.
You can't make it work on your own. And number 5, you never stop enjoying each other.
I don't know when it stopped. Let's back up.
No, it won't stop. It won't stop.
Oh, it won't stop. Okay.
It keeps going.
It keeps going. Okay. All right. So it said number 5 though. It said never stop enjoying each other. I'm gonna tell you right now, I never stop enjoying my wife.
Yeah.
I don't. She makes it fun.
Yeah.
My wife is very.
Yeah.
You may say it's serious, but she's.
No,
Well, I know.
I think we're
about
both
fun.
in it together. I think we're in it for the long run, and I think both of us, we love the challenge.
Yeah.
We love the challenge. We love that the odds are against us.
Oh yeah,
and
you said
we
that.
get to continue.
And we thrive
doing
off that.
We thrive off of that. We do.
Yep.
We are negatively motivated. We're
That's
like,
right.
okay, if you think we're not going to make it, we're going to make it. And we
Plus, we got God on our side. Can't leave him out. We definitely believe.
Number one.
Number one. That's it. Yeah. So.
Number 1.
Go to the Business Insider. What they say?
Okay, so from Business Insider, here are
This online, by the way, guys.
Yeah, this is a couple things that people should know in relationships before they get married. Number 1, if you wait until you're 23 to commit, you're less likely to get divorced.
And that's what they say. Okay.
Number 2, the in-love phase lasts about a year.
I kind of can agree with that one. The second one, about a year, but sometimes it go a little longer than that. Especially, but once you're around a person a lot, everything don't be new no more. So that honeymoon phase,
Yeah, I think other people come in, but the in-love factor. What do you mean? I don't know what they mean by the in-love factor because I'm thankful that I'm still in love.
Yeah. But people don't understand what it means to be in love and still know about love. It's 2 different things, So yeah.
Number 3, if you get excited for your partner's good news, you'll have a better relationship.
Now that would be terrible. It would suck if a person did not support every good thing that happened about you. That would be terrible. You know what I mean? So because we like the attaboys, and women like it too. Don't ever think that they don't like the it's a love language thing too.
Yeah.
So don't ever think they don't like the what do they call it? Affirmation.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Number 4, resentment builds quickly in couples who don't tackle chores together. Yeah, and I was liking that one because I was, it's like when we don't do tasks together, like laundry together, dishwashing together, things like that, you could easily build resentment because, sometimes the guy wants to do his thing, be in the garage, play video games, do things like that. And we okay, now I got to do all this stuff in this house, So number 5, if you're moving in to test the relationship, you're probably not so confident in it.
Yeah. I hate to say this, guys. If you're trying to test and see, I'm going to see what it is to be married, don't get married. Because it's not something you go into, it's commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not something you just try out and see if it's going to work out. No.
Yeah. Number 6, couples who appreciate each other are more likely to stay together. Yeah.
Goes back again to the affirmation and support one another.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, if my wife didn't appreciate me, I don't see no hope. It might be over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I know you speak for a lot of guys in that. And the same way, too.
Yeah.
With the woman is not being appreciated.
Telling you, it's hard.
Well, more of the women are going.
They are. Yeah.
Number 7, be prepared to adapt. A person's opinions and behaviors can change over time.
That's a good one.
Yeah, people change.
Business Insider said that, and I'm telling you, people do change, and I'm telling you, we change. Me and my wife, we changed over years with the help of God, with the Lord Almighty, our Savior. Of course, we were on God's side, but at the same time, our personality is not what we were when we were 20 years old.
You know what I think also? Maybe I would also submit this. I don't think people, they might not change. I think
She said they might not change.
it's not that they change, it's that they now coming out to tell you how they really feel. Because people will hide things for
a
years
long time
and not tell you how they really feel. And after everything, after everything is just, they don't care about the relationship too much anymore. They're not trying to show you the representation of themselves anymore. They let everything fall out, and it's like, this is how I really feel. They get to arguing, and it's like, oh wow. And then you find out the person, they go to themselves, and I'm like, wow, have you always been this way? You probably always been this way.
Yeah.
Like,
you've been hiding. It's like like a monster in the closet, ready to get unleashed.
Yeah.
So
now you got comfortable, and now you I'm not saying that's always the thing that happens. But I think when folks get comfortable, they really show you what they're really working with. And I think that's when a lot of relationships end, because people are like, wow, I didn't know he was like that or she was like that. Then they're going to divorce court.
Yep.
Number 8, then the last one, you need to talk about your partner's social media habits before getting married. Since we are in a social media generation, that one is very important. If they love to be more of a social media personality, more than they want to be in a relationship, it's a problem.
Might be a problem. Yeah, because they're going to have their pictures on there. They're going to have their profiles on there. They'll get a lot of attention. And it takes time to do that. So that means that time they can be spending with you, they can be doing that more than, So that can be a problem, because some people, they like to be with their spouse, not be with the spouse in social media. So, yeah.
Wow, that's a huge one. And that's all I have
for that one.
Yeah, that's all we got for that one. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the topic, and we hope that you will just put in the comments, like, share, share this with somebody, have fun, comment, say what you didn't know before you got married. We thank you so much for joining us at D&T's Lemonade. When life gives you lemons, just make lemonade.
That's right.